the Three Beats and the Soda music video?
Yeah,
man.
Oh,
That's Chasing Status.
Who?
You know Chasing Status? Chasing Status? They're a big act in Europe.
Yeah. Oh, maybe I haven't seen that one. I saw one of them.
Did you? No, this
I saw
is
one
like,
and it was a voiceover.
I did a music video.
Yeah, that was it. That was it. And it was some
with
old
my
footage
voice.
of you. And,
Yeah. That was him?
It was it's an artist called Chasing Status, and one of the two guys named Saul is a big fan of MMA. I see him occasionally for his events and stuff. And literally, as soon as that fight was over, he sent me a message like, "I've done a song. I've made a song. We need to do something with it." And it's fucking really cool. It's really cool. It's like got that kind of Grand Theft Auto vibe. You know, yeah. Very cool. Got some old footage of you like in the backyards and stuff.
Brad Pickett was telling me about it too.
That's the grind as well, man.
Oh
that
shit.
documentary is so cool. Yeah.
But my boy doesn't do it no more.
Yeah. Was that your boy? Yeah.
Genghis Khan.
Yeah. Fuck.
Stop doing it.
Is that right?
Yeah. He did one on you too.
Really?
Yeah. The first video he did on me was me, you. I forgot who else, but you were on the video. It was like a highlight of, that was like one of the first highlights I was ever like in. This was like over 10 years ago. You were in it, I was in it. I forgot who else was in it.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll have to dig that out. I've not seen that.
It's on YouTube. If you put Genghis Khan, it's on like his page.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's got a shitload of hits.
Nice. How's training going? All good?
Just wrestling practice and never though.
Yeah, man. Every day.
Especially when you start in bad position. I get fucking yoked up.
Yeah. How long have you been working with Steve for?
Years.
Really?
Steve's a fucking man.
Watching him work with some of those techniques with you, oh my gosh.
He knows so much. I mean, I've never seen him get held down. Well, I mean, he's just too good anyway. But that guy never gets held down by anybody. It doesn't matter what position. You start him a mount, he's gone. 5 seconds and under every time, bro. And the guys that have like tried to hold him down, they're gas immediately. That wrestling, you know, some 7 years old working off getting off their back, doing all those movements, man. Those guys are fucking
all instincts at this point, right?
Good instincts to wrestle from here. They got their back and just fucking wow.
When are you heading out to Vegas?
That Sunday.
Oh,
I'll probably get there Sunday. That way I can take Sunday off. I don't lose Monday. You know, I like to travel. I get Sunday, get there Sunday, just chill the fuck out.
Yeah.
Start my work Monday.
Nice. We're getting the same day. We're getting Sunday as well. Yeah, we're getting Sunday afternoon. We're there all week. Cruising around in the fast car, and I am for radio, BBC Radio.
Oh, nice.
They don't use me on
BBC Radio?
Yeah.
Oh shit, bro. It's fucking huge, huh?
It's good, man. It's because like when the fight's going out in the UK, we've got people like they're working doors, they're driving taxis, they're stacking shelves, so they can't watch the fights, but they can have an earpiece and have the radio on.
Boom. That's it.
It's fucking really cool.
The thing about the judo fight, man. It's fucking nuts.
I know, man. It's ridiculous.
Such a fan of that guy, right? Fucking
right. You ever work with him? You ever train with him?
No, but I saw him train like, bro, when he was an amateur, he came not to this one, to the other one. And he was fresh off winning the gold medal. And I already knew who he was because I saw him win the gold medal. Oh shit, Henry's here. My boy was there too, Alexis Villa, which is a 2-time world champion Olympic bronze medalist. And they paired him up. And I stopped sparring. I told the dude, I'm like, bro, I'm just watching this, bro, so just relax. And we were like fucking just chilling, watching. And oh my gosh, he had 0 pro fights amateur. My boy already had like 7, 8 pro fights. But to see him go with another wrestler of that caliber was amazing because they scrambled. It was, I knew back then already he was going to be a fucking problem. And I was like, bro, if this kid goes full pro and puts that same energy into wrestling, he's in fighting, he's going to go far. Fucking beast, bro.
When I was doing the breakdown for the Moraes fight, something clicked in my brain. And it was funny, it was something Bruce Lee had said at the start of Enter the Dragon about, you know, the height of technique is having no technique. And like if you watch him wrestle, it's like it's not a technical understanding of wrestling, it's a fundamental understanding. You know what I mean? He knows how to break a human down. It doesn't matter where they are and what technique he needs to apply. It's instinct. So like watching him take down DJ, and he was working that inside reap. DJ stepped out of it and he went straight to the ankle to put him down. I mean, it's amazing to watch.
DJ can wrestle. Fuck, DJ can wrestle, bro.
So I get that as far as striking goes, and you do as well. You know what I mean? Like, you know, when the time comes, I do not hit it. It's all by itself, Bruce Lee. You know what I mean? I get that because sometimes I'll be moving and watching, and I don't think about the technique. It's just there.
It just comes out.
But to see someone do that with wrestling, it's so alien to me.
In MMA, when that's the judo starting to do with everything, because you saw. He was throwing that fucking high kick, and then all of a sudden just straight rights. Because you'd rather eat a straight right than a high kick. And when they both start to blend in, you start to like, whoa, is it right hand or kick? And like in a year or two, his striking is gonna beat the blue moves. Bro. He's such a fucking good athlete, bro. Yeah. Such a fucking
What's your
good
training
athlete.
camp looking like at the moment? Are you doing 2 a days?
2 a days, 1 a day, 2 a day, 1 a day. Tonight I'll have track work down in Miami. I'll hit the track, get some 800s in, and I'm done for the day. And I do like light pads right after, maybe like 15, 25 minutes of straight pads, and I'm done. And tomorrow I'm gonna take off to Pensacola for that grappling match I got. So I'll do a strength and conditioning in the morning, like heavy, just get my heart rate up to 45 minutes, balls out, and then done for the day pretty much.
That's a flight, right? That's a flight to
Yeah, like an hour.
Yeah. Because as soon as we were coming out here, Mystery mentioned it, and we were like, oh fuck, we'll go up, but we can't get a flight turned around. Yeah, we're gonna go to.
No, and it's expensive to go over there, man.
Is it really?
Like $600 and nobody goes there.
Like
Crazy, $700. Yeah, and it's an hour away, bro. You know, it's fucking nuts, bro.
Burt Watson's got a show this weekend. You know Burt Watson? He used to
of course,
He's
man.
got a show down in Hollywood. I'm gonna go and watch
Nice,
that.
you gotta go, bro. Where's the fucking man?
It's been a while since I've seen him. You know that We're Rolling. Every time that echoes in my brain, I get those goosebumps like I'm walking out to fight. That's for me now.
I used to love him, bro.
Yeah.
It's harder to stay in here than to get in here. Remember that? We're rolling.
If it's in here or here, I want it in here. Like 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I fucking love it. I love those talks he used to give.
And they were natural. That's why it worked. Yeah. Some guys try to force it. And it's like, man, shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear that shit. Don't give me no speech. I'm a grown ass man. But when it's somebody that you get like, oh shit, all right, bro.
Yeah. Dude, there's some fat commissioner doing that shit on Bellator the other week in the UK. And I'm looking around all the other fighters. They're like, who's this guy? I won't tell you twice. You don't want to piss me off. Like you, the fucking.
Oh my gosh.
Hey!
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Welcome to Florida.
How often's that happen?
Once a month.
Really?
Well, in this season. Starting our summers like this, you know, it's, look, watch, it's gonna stop raining right now. That means the power plant somewhere got fucking blown out.
So we walk into that light for 2 seconds.
Yeah, this happens often because we're in hurricane season now.
Yeah.
They'll maybe
So
come
where
back
you
on.
down in Miami?
Huh?
Doing track work in Miami later?
Yeah, Miami.
Nice.
Like an hour from here. That's where I live at.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna get my 800s in, some pad work, that's it, done for the day, man.
Nice.
That shit's what beats me up. It's crazy. If I don't rest, if I don't like get my body beat up, my times I'm flying. If not, if I do this, everything is like.
Nice. Oh. Moicano. Renato Moicano. This place is full of superstars. Dude, this place is ridiculous. I came in to watch sparring yesterday morning. It's like 20 UFC fight. Yeah. Every time I see Conan, he's always like, "You need to come out. You need to come and train." And
You got talent, bro. Like never before, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck. Sometimes I won't know who the fuck the guys is. I barely watch fights, you know, just like from a fan of somebody. And I'll watch somebody spar and I'll be like, bro, this kid's fucking super talented, bro. He's not here right now because he has the fight, but the best guy to watch on any day is KOG, man. Pound for pound, our best guy.
he's at Bellator this weekend, right?
Yeah, he is the best fighter we have here at the gym, bro.
Really?
On a day-to-day, I measure it off everything. Who could wrestle, strike, conditioning, strength, agility, bro. That guy's got it. Oh man, he's scary. He goes, we got a couple D1 wrestlers at his weight, and bro, what he does to those guys straight wrestling is impressive, bro.
Really? He could beat DJ in a rematch.
I would pay money because he wasn't with us before DJ, you know. I don't think his wrestling was there, and he still went 5 rounds with me, you know. I think now would be a difference in the wrestling department, and in the striking, KOG's, I don't know, bro. That guy sees shit in slow mo. And you saw his striking match with that guy?
It's ridiculous.
Bro, that guy's a beast, man.
His last fight in Rising, I was just surprised how fast he is.
Oh
Like fast he is, and he hits just.
Well, he does.
It's like Lineker. It's like Lineker's kind of power. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you look like you've been hit with a kettlebell.
No, bro.
That's forward.
Between me and you, he fucking plays with Lineker, bro. Really? Formiga too, bro. He plays with these. When I'm telling you he plays, it's not competitive like they exchange rounds. No, it's like it's a mock, you know. And he doesn't throw hard in practice either. He just throws like good volume, good timing, good speed. But the best pound for pound we got. Too bad he's not here right now, so you can watch him train, because that guy's worth recording, bro. He's the best dude we got on the team, man.
Well, we'll be coming back. Conan's convinced me, man. I've got the book being there. He's convinced me to do another training camp, so I'm gonna come back. One more fight. I want you as my sparring partner as well for it, bro.
Oh, we're not here, bro. No, we'll get after it, bro. We'll work.
I just got that buzz again. You know what I mean?
Let's do it, bro.
every time I sit down with Conan, I feel like I'm getting a pep talk. You know?
I'm doing it, man. Work nice and light, you know, and just get a lot of rounds in, a lot of reps in. I spar hard like once every 2-3 weeks, you know, and then after that it's just like I take care of my partners. If not, I won't have no toys to play with. So I've developed that over the years, you know. Every once in a while, when it's like a hard sparring session, I go with somebody that maybe I'm not too familiar with, and then we just go hard and shit. But usually I'm just trying to get my time and just precise, you know.
Perfect, man. We know some good sparring.
Hell yeah, bro.
Good.
No, I know we will.
Good technical stuff. I'd enjoy that.
Yeah.
So what do you do between sessions then? You go and get some food, rest, and sleep?
Food, drive my hours like I drive. I won't get no rest today. I gotta fucking bust some missions, man. And then after that, track and field, I'll be there about 7:30, 8 p.m. And that's it, I'm done for the day. Yeah.
Nice.
It's gonna be fun.
What do you reckon this weekend then? You got muscle.
Just fucking just take them down, hold them down. It's the rules are 10 minutes, no submission, a draw.
Okay.
And we both agreed we got fights coming up. We talked about it, no leg locks, nothing weird, you know, no flying inverto heel hook and somebody fucking misses out on a paycheck, because we're both doing it for charity, so why get hurt, you know? Nice. In a fight I'll never tap, but if you got something crazy in this, fuck it, you got it, buddy, you know? Yeah. And Pettis is good off his back, so I'm not gonna like underestimate him, you know?
Yeah. And you're both at that stage in your career now where egos now the door.
Yeah. I mean, I still want to win at all costs, but I'm not gonna mess up a paycheck for a charity event, you know? Yeah. Won't happen.
You've been getting loads of questions about Leon getting up to this fight.
Nah, not too much.
We did a Q&A in Stockholm the other day, and it was, who was it? Me, Uriah Hall, Jack Manson, Leon, and every other question they got is about you.
When are you gonna fight Masvidal?
Yeah. That kind of stuff. And like, somebody even asked him to like talk him through the whole fucking thing. What happened?
I saw like 2 weeks ago where you sit down with him at like there's like in a big mat, and he's there, and I'm like, man, this guy's just lying. Like, it's on camera what you did, you know? You asked me something, and all I said is maybe, maybe not. And he said something completely different than what I said, but it shows me on video clearly saying maybe, maybe not, and then he says shut up, you know? If he doesn't say shut up, he doesn't get beat up, you know? Yeah. Guy's delusional, man. I can't wait to fight that dude, though.
Still want that fight, though?
Yeah, to me it's
a title shot, right?
Yeah, that's what they told me, you know. But at the same time, it's personal, man. Every time if I saw him right now, we'll just fucking do it right now, you know. He's not in the top 10 yet. Why just because he called me out? And I was so willing to fight him when after he fought Cowboy, I said yes, and then he said no, I don't want to fight till December. Ended up getting booked in the reality show. Then I come out and they're talking about me versus Nick Diaz. You think I'm gonna fight him over Nick Diaz? Come on, bro. And he's calling me all types of names. That's why I don't like the dude, you know?
How close was that Nick Diaz fight?
Say it again?
Close to getting done?
Well, he had signed, from what I know. He had signed the bout agreement. I signed the bout agreement. I don't understand what happened after that. That's why we were so like, it's happening, it's happening.
That would have been amazing.
Yeah. Nah, but the Till fight was better, you know?
Yeah,
when I got offered the Till fight, I was like, fuck that, bro. This guy's number 3. He's gonna come to fight, you know? And I was thinking, man, if I knock Diaz out similar to the way Till, people will say shit like, Diaz has been out 4 years, whatever, and he's not even ranked. I get that, you know, but Till, they can't say nothing, you know? The guy's been competing. He's currently number 3 in the world, you know, so. I was like, fuck it, this is just a better fit for me, man.
You see the breakdown we did right after?
Yeah, no, the one before?
No, it's like straight after the event. Oh, you saw that one, I remember you mentioned that.
Yeah.
Straight after the event, we went over to a local gym and did a show called Open. And we did I got like a telestrator like I do on the breakdown thing, and I broke down that you step through and coming over the top.
I gotta see that. Maybe I haven't seen that.
Look, see if I got
It's the
right.
same episode. It's the same series as the thing that you saw Leon on with the big man.
Okay.
There's the one before.
Okay. I'm gonna check it out. I don't think I got to see that one.
It's like a 45-minute show, and it got like 250,000 views.
Damn.
Like straight away, everyone was fucking all over it.
Yeah, cause Still's gotta follow him, man.
Yeah, but it was a finish, man.
Yeah, I set him up.
Fucking spectacular. It was spectacular.
Chaotic entries.
Yeah. The amount of people that have asked me what you said to me after the fight, like when you came over to the fence. I've had so many questions about that. Yeah. What did you say to them? But, fucking great performance, man.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I want to see that. I want to see you demo that footwork on Dan.
Yeah, was that drill footwork? Do you know exactly what you were doing now?
Yeah, we drill that. I've been drilling that for years. Not the finish, but how I play with the distance and the timing, and I just I'm coming, you know. We do that a lot.
But do you recognise that he was reaching away when you were level changing?
A little bit,
yeah.
You know.
Because as soon as you drop your level, like he dropped his hands like to post away.
Yeah.
And it was just, I mean, the shot was there for the taking.
And he has a really good lean back, but you can't do that for you can't do anything for every situation. I have a really good slip over right hands, but I can't do that over and over because someone's gonna slip and kick. I mean, punch and kick. So we knew, like, if he keeps pulling back, we're gonna fucking throw it long. You know, just predict that his head's gonna be over here instead of here, and just
yeah.
And the takedowns also will help set it up because he probably didn't think I could take him down. You know. When I took him down, that got him to freeze just a little bit, and I felt after that scramble to his strength level, as he got up, he used like you know when a guy's like fucking, you could feel him shaking. So when we both stood up to the feet, I started seeing his hands a lot more because his speed, his pop dropped significantly, like maybe just 10% that he was more tired, but that 10% fucking gave me the read on him perfectly, you know?
Yeah.
He does this really well, like amazing how he does, like just like here and then he's just like here, you know, like he teleports almost. And that's how he did it at first. And you broke it, you know, somebody broke it down real good how he was just hitting a boom.
Yeah.
I swear I didn't fucking see it, bro. It was just whoop. And I was like, shit, what the fuck? That's why I was so mad too, because I didn't see it, man. That shit pissed me the fuck off, man.
The thing is, that, like you say, that's like a teleport. You don't see it because he just got that lead hand.
Yeah.
And just pops it straight down the middle.
And it just fucking, it's full, I don't know, man. I saw him and I did it and I was switching up, and as soon as he was gonna come, I started doing it later on. But as soon as he was gonna come, I was just gonna fucking intercept him like this. I kept doing it, but that one, he just did it. And no real power, like as he threw it, it was just perfect. He just went, you know, whoop! No read on it.
Yeah. I'd say you've got a right hand like that, Dwayne Ludwig.
Who?
Dwayne Ludwig.
Dwayne Ludwig, yeah.
You watched that fight against Goulet, where Goulet runs onto it.
Yeah.
And there's no side profile to the punch because he just steps back, puts it out.
I remember he throw that high kick to him, then straight right hand.
Yeah.
High kick, and whoom, straight right hand.
Yeah. There's no twist in the shoulders. You just don't see it. It's beautiful.
Just like some guys got a good kick right from here, they go woo. No fucking switch, no loading up, just boom.
Yeah. Shevchenko's got it.
Yeah.
Nut in shit.
Yeah.
She had a good traditional Thai fucking. Ooh, that was a disgusting knockout, man. I loved it, man. Oh, especially because Jessica came out with those high hands. Like this ain't boxing. You can't be doing this. There's kicks coming. You know, you gotta be careful, man. And if you're doing this, you know, a decent Thai person is gonna fucking bang your arms, bang your ribs.
Yeah.
Gotta have it a little bit.
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
You see the card the weekend in Stockholm, Frank Camacho. You'd like his fighting style, man.
Frank Camacho.
If you ever get a chance, watch Frank Camacho against Damian Brown. It was a fight in like Sydney a couple of years ago.
What weight?
Lightweight, 55. But they fucking bang. They just, like, Frank Camacho's is a small island guy. He's from Guam.
Okay.
And he's just...
No, I do know. His name is familiar, man. He's like darker than me.
Yeah.
I think I know who it is. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I met him before, I think, man.
Yeah. He's an interesting guy. I just love his fighting style. He's had a couple of fights in the UFC and bonus wins, but not victories. And this one, he just kind of calmed it down a little bit and he worked that body kick. And he just beat the shit out of Nick Hines' body, like all the way through the fight.
Somebody's just stubborn with a technique. I'm just gonna break your fucking arm.
Yeah.
That's what I thought Shevchenko was gonna do to Jessica. Just fucking break her arms and ribs, man.
Yeah. It's the Thai boxing shins, isn't it?
Oh.
It's my favourite thing, my shins. It's my party trick.
Oh.
I spent hours on a heavy bag.
Boom. You get home and get the little stick and
Dude, we used to use a glass bottle.
Ooh.
Glass bottle, roll it and then tap and then roll and tap.
Yeah, I love the kick. If it's like a solid boxer, whenever I go with a decent boxer, wants to keep these hands up tight and high, bam, and then fucking coming out.
Yeah.
We getting some good. You coming here on like next Tuesday, you get some good sparring sessions, man.
Really?
Yeah, sometimes we get like some fucking the guys from like Glory will come in, or just a random fucking good striker, and then just doing the striking rounds with an MMA guy, and we have fucking sessions, man.
Nice.
But the MMA striking is still different than Muay Thai or anything like that, you know? Because I see a lot of those guys sometimes, as soon as they add in clinching and taking downs, even though we're not working ground, they'll just be takedown and let back up. they start getting cracked, bro. They start getting beat up here by fucking mid-tier guys, you know? They're just fake, and then fucking changes up everything. Now, oh shit, what the fuck's going on, you know?
Yeah. Cool, man.
Yeah, Project X over there.
Huh?
They got the mutant over there.
All right.
Fucking mutant,
scary, man.
made in the laboratory. Nah, I'm not even joking,
You
man.
ever sparred with her?
No. I don't need
scary,
that shit.
man. Too
man.
scary.
I don't need that shit in my life, man. If I get a black eye from a chick, man, maybe I gotta stop fighting or something. But I've seen her beat up 125ers, 135er dudes that are decent, you know what I'm saying, and hurt them, you know. I've seen her, and with chicks, I don't think she spars with too many chicks no more, you know.
Yeah.
She'll grapple with chicks like our 2-time gold medalist that we got. Kayla, she grapples with her and shit, and she holds her own. She's just a fucking she's built like a sprinter, you know. She's got like power and speed.
Yeah.
And her endurance has gone through the roof nowadays too. She doesn't get tired. She's real relaxed, and she's got a kind of like Till with the straight left. She's got the same thing with her right hand. She measures it, boom, boom. Is she gonna spar now? Yeah.
So what are you thinking for Askren then? Are you excited or are you like, fucking, I've got to defend takedowns for 10 minutes?
No, I'm excited.
Yeah?
I'm excited, man. I love the wrestling. You know, I'm just not the best at it, but I've always loved wrestling. Since the first time I stepped on a wrestling mat, I've always loved it, you know. In America, I don't know how it is in England, but here you gotta have like good grades to compete in it. So that's what stopped me from going maybe to the next level and pursuing the wrestling hard, but I love it, man. It's a grind. It's a fucking amazing sport. I'm gonna beat the shit out of Ben, man.
Yeah.
You know, I wanna use these, and then the wrestling, you know. But I'm not gonna let him touch me.
Yeah.
He's just not athletic enough to get to my legs over and over, and I'm gonna make him pay. Every time he touches my legs, he's gonna have to pay, man.
Yeah.
This shit, you know, not gonna work. And if he gets takedowns, good luck, man, holding me down, you know.
Yeah. Well, you were fine with Maya, weren't you? I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I just needed
everyone's back.
When Milo, when he took my back, he's fucking like this. He's the strongest and most dangerous guy I felt. So where he kind of shut me down, I couldn't work his feet and start trying to get out because this was so tight that I didn't want him to get anywhere near my face and just fucking break my jaw. So I kind of had to shut down with him. With Ben, I don't see him as a threat with the submissions like Maya. So if he does take me down, the scrambling will stop. As in when Maya gets a good position, I kind of got to slow down and not give up positions like that. I got to be real wary of this. Then I only got like one hand to defend, and then I would fucking even move this hand, then I got to switch. It was different with Maya, but he has a complete different skill set in my opinion. Not as good gas tank as Ben in wrestling, but once he's on top of you, bro, he feels it's like the heaviest dude I've felt on top, man. And his half guard too is pretty intense, bro. You know? It's a good experience to go with that guy, feel that shit, man. I don't think Ben brings that to the table at all. He just has one thing go, cardio, you know? You can scramble. But I can scramble too in MMA. Especially when you add in the elbows and knees, and it's gonna have fun. I'm gonna make it a fun night, man.
I can't wait for it. I just wish it was 5 rounds, I'll be honest.
I wanted 5 rounds too.
I think it suits you better over 5 rounds for sure.
Especially when you hurt a guy and all they're doing is this and this, you know. And also the rules, not to complain, but the rules, it feels like for grappling, it's set up to cater them like this position, you know. Here, if we're in a real fight, man, I fucking spawn, I keep that knee, you know. And they don't let us do that to grapplers. You touching
my knees to the head with it.
Yeah, man. I've always thought that. You know, why are we protecting them so much? You put yourself in that position. Because easily from here, if I don't want to get knee, or I fucking disengage, or I get back up to it, you know. But just staying in there and pushing you up against the fence is not realistic, I think. You know.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah. I'd bring back knees to the head and downward elbows.
Yeah. Downward elbows for sure. It's the same thing. If somebody's in on your leg and you could get them on the rib real quick, why not? You shouldn't be hanging out there to buy time, you know?
And you can't strike the spine anyway, so there's no risk in that.
Yeah, so just crack the ribs, doom, and it'll make guys fucking not hang out in those positions. You know, like sometimes guys just get up against the cage, and all they're focused on, all they train for 3 months is to press you up against the cage,
Yeah.
Did you have more control? Yeah, but you didn't do shit, you know? You didn't do no damage.
You like them, the Travis Brown elbows against the face?
Yeah, oh, fucking love those shits, bro. But he had like the perfect frame to do it, because he'd be like spread out and fucking
Fucking long arms and legs.
Yeah, dropping that guillotine on him, bro.
He stopped 2 guys with that, didn't he?
Yeah.
Barnett and Gonzaga.
Yeah. I love that shit. I love fucking working the body, especially on wrestlers. They're not used to that shit. All that shit. That's one of my favorite things to do.
Now, I went through a phase when I was a Thai boxer, and my coach wouldn't let me finish fights unless they were body shots. And it was just like, because I was going in there and I was just blasting people with my hands. You know, leg kicks and hands. And he was like, no, we need to change this, because if that's not working, you need other options. And it got me really, because obviously Thai boxing, you kind of want to stand quite square.
Yeah.
And I don't use too much head movement in Thai boxing.
Yeah,
I want to
because
catch
fucking
it.
kicks are coming your way. You can't be leaning too much.
Yeah, but what it allowed me to do is it started to allow me to see where their center line is and how I can safely get my head off the side when they've already committed to something. And I mean, it was cool. It was like sort of 8 months. I had about 12 fights, and it was just all. I mean, I was fighting MMA as well, but in those 12 months of Muay Thai, it was just all body shots. And I finished the fight with one guy. I hit with a body shot, hurt him, came up to the head, knocked him out with the left hook. He hit the deck. I turned around and my coach had already picked his stuff up and was leaving. I just fucking knocked the guy out. I hurt him with the body shot, finished him with the headshot. It was not good
Still
enough.
upset, man. No,
Not good enough.
He wanted you to go back to the
That's it. Yeah, have to listen to him.
You watch a lot of Thai. That's one thing I do watch is fucking Thai boxing a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on Fight Pass all the time now, isn't it?
The what?
Good Fight Pass. Good Thai boxing. Fight Pass now.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen
Got
it
Thai
yet.
boxing regularly on Fight
I
Pass.
just usually hit it up on YouTube and fucking just throw on fights, you know. I watch collegiate wrestling and Thai fights. That's usually what I watch the most. And then if it's a fighter that I'm a fan of, I go watch his fights and stuff, you know.
What do you reckon to the Boros Askren wrestling match?
I mean, bros, I think do it to anybody, you know.
Dude, the difference in drive though when you're wearing wrestling shoes in comparison to no shoes on.
Yeah, you fucking. It
was like a
the
fucking drag race.
Yeah, those 5 toes become one, and it's especially a guy. I wish Burroughs would fight, man. I would love to see that guy fight, man.
You think he will?
No, I don't think he will, because he's so successful in wrestling. I heard he gets taken care of, which he should, but I just love to see him fight because he's such a good athlete, you know.
Yeah.
And he's the type of wrestler that energy that he's putting into those shots, he could put it into a fucking shot. If they showed him how to fucking, boom, he'll fucking have an insane left hook or right hook or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
Similar to like a Joel type dude, you know? Who would have thought that guy had the most 3rd round finishes in the whole fucking UFC, man?
Yeah.
Fucking just that. You know, those guys that have it like that, they could generate so much power to get to a leg like that, those guys could do the same shit for a shot.
Yeah.
And Joel could kick, punch, knee, elbow, man, anything. I gotta tell that dude well, I haven't worked with him. He's gonna compete this weekend, so he'll be working with me a little bit up there. But that dude's a freak, man. You should do like a piece with him. That guy does shit nobody's ever done, man.
Yeah. Does he train out here? Yeah.
Barely. He has his own gym down in Miami now.
Right.
So he has his own shit. I can set you up with him though, if you wanted to. I can tell Abraham. I'll call him up.
Right.
But bro, that guy's the wildest thing, man. He's doing the wildest shit you ever seen on the mat, bro. But at the age of like 42, man.
Wow. What weight is he at?
85 still.
Okay.
But he walks around like 200, 195. Walks around like 200. Maybe if he's fat, 210, you know. He stays on his weight more or less.
Yeah.
Fucking freak athlete, bro.
Yeah.
A lot of the setups that I did for Till came off Mike Brown, you know. How we level change and strike and then go back into the shot, things like that. And we got a guy like Steve Mako with infinite wrestling, grappling, judo knowledge, man. It's insane.
Yeah.
We got good striking coaches too, so.
So who's your CIC then?
CIC?
Coaching.
My head coach, it's my striking coach since I've been a kid, Paulino Hernandez. He's always in my corner, he's always wearing like something yellow or something like that, and then Mike Brown, you know? Those guys are the generals pretty much. Mike Brown, along with Steve Mako, Mo Loa as well, they guide my grappling, you know? They pretty much know what I could do and not do, and they just try to work around my tools.
Yeah. The last time I was American Top Team, Mike Brown was still fighting.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he wasn't.
And he didn't have a beard.
Yeah.
That's how long
the
ago it
fucking
was.
red hair and shit.
Yeah. You weren't here then when I came. Was that 2003, 2004?
Yeah, I came shortly after that.
Where were you then?
Down in Miami, at a gym in Miami, and then I'd flip flop around and go do boxing gyms. I'd wrestle like in the high schools. I was fresh out of high school, so I was just all over Miami training, you know. And then, well, when I was 21, 22, I joined Top Team.
Nice. So where were you training when you were doing the backyard stuff then? Were you training or were you just kind of...
Boxing gyms.
Really?
Just boxing gyms. I had wrestled in high school. I didn't have the grades to compete, but I'd be in the practice room and stuff, you know. So I was pumped, man. I was happy.
Yeah, man. I remember watching those two fights. The first one was in the fenced area, right? The second one was the backyard.
In the backyard, yeah. The first one was in the back of a laundromat.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah. The middle of the neighborhood, and shit, fucking Kim. I got the call, and that same day we rolled over there, and I get there, and I'm like, there's maybe like 5-10 people outside, and Kimbo gets out of the car, no warmer, just. God rest in peace. That's one of the wildest motherfuckers you get ever meet. Just gets out of the car, takes his chain out, gives it to his boy right there, and starts fucking throwing down, fighting, bro. It's fucking electric. You could imagine that it was maybe 10 people, and we're in the fucking hood. As soon as people saw, oh my gosh, Kimball's here, it turned into the block party. It was 200 people, something like that. So he was the first fight. So when my fight came, it was like, oh shit, everybody was already there, and they stayed there, obviously. And the first dude he fights, he knocks him out. And when I got there, I thought I was just gonna fight like me and him. And when I get there, they tell me, no, he's gonna fight somebody else. He's gonna fight him first than you. Why? He's like, because that's what he wants to do. I was like, all right, fucking cool, I don't know. Boom, knocks the dude out. My coach is like, bro, he's got a good right hand. I go, shit, man. Okay. And everybody's like, you gonna get knocked out, you skinny motherfucker, talking mad shit. I was like, all right, come on, man. That shit was fun, man.
How'd the rematch come about then? Did you want that rematch, or was that their match? They probably underestimated.
Yeah, I didn't care if I had the rematch immediately after the fight or not, but I was willing to give it to him just because, fuck it, I like to prove it to you. I'm better than you on anything, on anybody that I compete with, you know? And they were saying he fought somebody else before. I was like, all right, cool, let's do it, you know. And the dude himself is cool. He's never talked shit, never said nothing. He's just a competitor. The group of people that he was with at the time, some of his friends, not the people that set up the fight, because Kimbo's people were fucking super professional. Icy Mike, these guys super professional. But like his friends at the time were the ones talking shit like, my boy fought somebody else. You know, that's bullshit. I'm like, I didn't ask for those rules, you know. I got there to compete, and that's what happened. Fuck it, let's do it, you know. So I think the rematch happened, I don't know, maybe like 9 months later. Yeah, and I thought it wasn't gonna happen because it got scheduled, they got put off, it got scheduled, they got put off. So I stopped training for that in particular. I started like, let me just focus on my MMA shit. And then they told me, hey, it's gonna happen in about 2 weeks, you ready? I was like, yeah, fuck it, let's do it. And I started training, and then went in there. He lost weight, he was in a little better shape for that fight, you know? And it was same shit, just put the pressure on him, you know? Work the body, get him tired. He's a fucking dog, man. I look back at those fights and I'm like, man, dude, if he hadn't been as good as he was, nobody would have cared. You know, if I would have just went in there and smoked him, nobody would have given 3 fucks about that fight. It would have been just another fight on YouTube. But back in the day when it came out, I had a lot of hits, you know, especially for YouTube. Oh, good thing I got such a dog in front of me. You know, he's a competitor, man.
I must have watched them both 10 times back to back. Every time I put it on, I was like, I'm just gonna watch that again. I just watch it again. I just play it back. Quick.
I loved it, man.
Were you fighting other stuff? Were you doing other stuff at the same time? Were you fighting MMA at the same time?
I wanted to already. I wanted to fight. I knew I was gonna do this for the rest of my life. So when the opportunity came, I'm like, man, I'm doing it. You know, let's do it. The gym in Miami that I was training at, Kimbo was training out of there. And like, hey, you want to fight in the backyard? I was like, what? Fuck yeah, bro, let's do it. You know.
You get paid for it?
Not really, you know, but people were placing bets, getting their money on. I placed a bet, you know. But man, it was fucking fun though. I look back at it, shit, I wish I had the money that I have now. I could bet that on myself. And anybody would have took the bet with me because I'm fucking, I think I was like 165 at the time. That's what I used to walk around, and the first one he's a little heavy. He was over 200, he was like 220, you know? So I don't think nobody in their right mind would have betted on me. I fucking would have cleaned house if I had some money back then, you know? Yeah.
I remember back in my Cage Warriors days when I first started fighting, like I was getting like $300 for fighting on a Cage Warriors card, and I'm getting offered $2,000 to fight some gypsy in a car park, like next to the arena. Like, yeah. The thing with those kind of circumstances, like you have to go with a whole crew of guys, and they all have to be tooled up because you might not get out if you win. You know what I mean? It's one of those kind of situations.
It's similar in Miami, you know. So we'd go and I have a couple guys that that had something to protect us just in case. That's the only thing that sucks about it, because it takes away the pureness. Because when me and him, when we competed, there's nothing but love, you know. And if I had lost, I would embrace him anyways. He'd always tell me like, man, fucking wow, you're a dog, you're an animal, and I'd tell him the same, like, man, awesome. Now his people were a little bit like, nah, fuck that, fuck you, I want to fight you. Like that. You want to fight? Let's do it, but you don't got to do all that shit, because it's not gonna work out for you, you know. And especially because I'm kind of quiet and not too much, people like take that the wrong way. One of his friends, actually, the second one, it's not on footage. Some idiot of a person though. I'm sitting down and I'm obviously tired after the second one. I got my head down, drinking water, they're pouring water on me. And he's like, man, my friend had to fight the first time, 2 people. You know, why don't you fight me right now, bro? This guy out of his fucking mind. He's like, man, why don't you fucking fight me right now? And I'm catching my breath, letting him talk. And Icy Mike, do you know who is Kimball's manager? He's there, and I go, Mike, I'll take care of this guy. Set it up right now. Put my mouthpiece on. I get up and I go, that's it. I had a break. Let's go, buddy. And the guy's like, oh no, but I don't mean right now. And I go, no, we're going right now because I said so right now. The guy, no, it's cool, bro. And that type of energy is bad. I could imagine the gypsies probably the same shit, you know?
There's a lot of like getting involved. And, no. You were using elbows, you were using your head and all that kind of stuff. And a lot of people like getting involved and standing the fighter up. And
Yeah, I was at another backyard fight. One of the Thai coaches from here. I don't know if you've seen that. Oh, I gotta see it. I gotta show it to you. It's this Thai coach that we had here fights a street fight against a boxer, and he gets dropped the first round. And then he comes back to win. But you gotta see it though, because when he gets dropped, that guy's people start pushing the guy because he leans up against the rope. They push him so hard that he like falls on his face because he's out of it. He's like this, and he leans into the crowd and they fucking shove him into the ground. Same type of scenario, you know, like just people being dicks, you know, not respecting that that chaos, you know. Let these 2 guys duke it out, bro.
See, I don't mind the rules there as long as I know who I'm dealing with.
Yeah.
I don't want to get fucking sucker punched from the side.
No, that fucks up everything. And then your friends are gonna want to get involved, and their friends, and then before you know it, shoot out or somebody getting stabbed across the face.
I mean, you got the best sucker punch in my head.
And in the galaxies, what they're saying now. But when I mean like sucker punch, because a lot of people ask me, especially now after the England incident, it's not really a sucker punch in the street, you know. If you come and this is the line of like, I feel safe, you can fucking do your thing from over there. Don't violate that line, because I don't know if you have a gun on your knife. And man, I didn't grow up in always the best place, you know. So a lot of people had things on them. I'm not gonna be waking up in the hospital with a stab wound. Oh, so and so stabbed me. So once somebody would cross that line, whoop. No, I'm not gonna ask you questions, man, you know?
Yeah.
So I give people respect. Like if I bump into somebody, hey, I'm sorry about that. If I step on somebody's shoe, hey, I'm sorry about that. And I just fucking try to move away now. Here and there, sometimes you bump into somebody and maybe some juice hit or something, or take it over the top and try to like punk you out. I don't like that stuff, you know? Because it's not the disrespect, it's that I don't know what he has on him, you know? I don't know if he has brass knuckles on him.
Yeah.
Game over,
knives
so.
when I was in my team,
Yeah.
everyone had knives, so
Yeah.
it was the same thing. My coach always used to say it's better to be tried by 12 than carried by 6. And that's stuck in my brain forever, and I've never forgotten it. It's the amount of times I had 2 guys come up to me once trying to get my phone off me, and as soon as I saw him put his hand in his pocket, I wasn't even waiting. It was like reaction, yeah.
What are you gonna wait for?
Yeah.
The fucking 38 to come out and you have a hole in your chest? Not cool, man. I know a lot of people here that have come down, friends of mine that have come down to Miami to visit and gotten mugged, people who gotten shot, scars on the face. I'm not gonna be the guy with that shit, you know. So I don't in the street. I don't call it a sucker punch. It's just survival. It's, you did something to get my fucking awareness up. It's your fault, man, not mine. You know. Nah, I'm not gonna be the one with a gunshot or something like that. You know.
Oh. In my head, it's only a sucker punch if they're not looking at you and you hit them.
Yeah. And I mean, like if somebody's telling me like I'm gonna fuck you up and we're at a distance, a lot of times I'll laugh it off like you're okay, buddy. But if we're in close proximity or you have me anywhere where, you know, let's say maybe I'm getting in my car and you're trying to stop me or something, it's a different story. If you have me like, you know, in a situation where I gotta do something, every time I'm gonna do something, you know, I'm not gonna give nobody a chance ever. And I think this is for the whole world. It should be like that, you know. It'll stop a lot of idiots out there. Like don't look for problems with people, you know.
Hey, man. Dude, thanks for your time today. It was great talking.
How long you guys are
Sparring
here?
in the future. We're leaving on Sunday morning. We're around. We're gonna head down to Bert's show on Saturday and watch that, and then.
What are you guys doing tonight? Just hanging out?
Yeah, we'll be around. We've got some voiceover stuff for these guys to do,
Nice.
and then yeah, we'll be at the gym tomorrow though as well. Where are you tomorrow?
Tomorrow,
You're traveling, aren't you? Of course.
I train in the morning, then I'm gone.
Yeah.
But what, you guys gonna be here tomorrow morning?
Yeah, we'll be here tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah. Are you in here in the morning? Or
No,
you,
I'm
you
down in
training
Miami. I do
Okay.
my conditioning in Miami. Trying to see maybe I could switch it around so I come up
Yeah,
and do some work with
I'm
you.
trying to
Just
think.
move or something.
We could even come down to see you. I don't mind
let me
doing
know.
that. I don't mind taking a drive down.
Okay.
You got my number. Yeah, we're coming out on the other side of it now. Let's see if Masvidal runs some sprints on the track. I like these old stadium places. Never got to do the collegiate school thing, so it's cool to see, you know.
Now we got some real UFC fighters out in the How are you, Mom? Good, all right?
Really good.
I love in Miami.
Loving it.
It's your first time down here? My guy. How you doing?
First time in a while.
Good, good to see
See
you.
you, man.
First time in a while.
First time in a while?
Yeah, I used to train at American Top Team,
Oh, that's right.
Um,
that's right.
but that was like
Yeah, long time ago.
2003 something.
Yeah. This is Jorge's head coach, Paulino Hernandez.
Of course.
This is Dan Hardy.
Always.
This is Jorge's dad.
Oh,
Khalifa.
great to see you, sir. Really good to
This
see
is
you.
Jesus, guy who's strength and conditioning coach. Nice to meet you. And that's Malky, his security.
in London.
Oh, wait.
How are you?
Yeah,
Good to
good
see you.
again.
Okay, so here, they're having a sale.
We go hard.
When I hit the 200.
Yeah, we hit the 200 up to here slow, up to here hard, and then we start slow again.
Got it. Got it.
Oh, I
That'd
see
be
what
a
you're
good
saying.
time to me.
I got
So
you.
I'm not interested in, I don't want to mess with the rankings.
Got it.
like
You're
that.
you're just trying to get one last fight.
One
with
big
him,
fight.
One big fight. Oh,
One
that's
big
cool.
fight.
Okay,
That's what
okay,
I'd like.
shit, you got it.
Yeah,
Man.
just,
You can do it.
go out on my terms. Take my gloves off and leave them.
Deal with the octagon and be right.
Yeah.
Oh, you'll get a standing ovation. You'll get a lot of tears. I'll tell you that much.
You reckon? Yeah.
Yeah, you'll get a lot of tears, man. That'll be good. You will. He's absolutely gonna get a lot of them. Yeah, man. That's good though, man. Dude, you're one of those guys. When you do it though, they're gonna induct you to the Hall of Fame. You know that, right?
Oh no.
You know it's coming. You know it's gonna
No,
happen, right?
can't. You look at the guys in the Hall of Fame. That's a different level.
Go ahead. Who is? Wait. Go ahead. Let me figure out who's a
Champions,
different level.
Champions and veterans.
But then go to the ones that
The thing
aren't.
is, people forget though. I've only had 10 fights in the UFC.
My point exactly. So, okay, if it's safe to say that Uriah Faber was the one that brought like the let's say the West Coast California kid, that whole thing, and he brought it up because he's inducted to the Hall of Fame just based off of I don't know what. No hate on Uriah. I love Uriah. He's a good, but I don't know what credentials he had that put him into the Hall of Fame. So I'm still trying to figure out what he did or what he didn't do. If you go read the thing, it says was the first well-known featherweight or whatever weight it was, and I was like, what the fuck is this? You just inducted this man off of being the first well-known? If that's the case, I would reckon to say that, okay, hold on a second. If you want to put Europe and the UK and that whole thing and bring it into the UFC, it's you and Bisping, and you already got Bisping in
We
there.
got Bisping there,
that's
and he was
it.
a champion. See, that was the hurdle I fell at. The GSP hurdle.
Yeah, everybody fell. They'll
Fell
feel
to the
bad.
canvas and niggered up
Everybody
25
did.
minutes.
But Mike threw that one punch that got him against Rockhold, and I tell everybody to this day, fuck, I really wish I took fucking Yoel Romero to arbitration.
Yeah?
I really fucking wish I did. The arbitration rules back then are not the same as they are now. So back then, you had to pay out of your own pocket everything.
Really?
Now, because of that, dude, we've changed so many rules in the UFC. It's not, or I just say USADA and whatnot. Now, because we brought up to their attention, how do you want people to go to arbitration if they can't afford it? So now they say, okay, well, we'll pay half this, or if you just use one arbitrator, we'll pay for the whole thing.
Right.
So okay, if I had that option back then, he's fighting for the title, and I guarantee you, he's the champion, and not what's his name, Bisping.
Yeah. Good point.
Fuck, I get so mad at. Well, that was my testimony on the stand.
Right.
The judge even asked me, how can you comfortably sit there and say that he would have been champion? I said, well, because I comfortably watched him knock out at the time that champion. He knocked him out in the 3rd round and completely destroyed his jaw.
Yeah.
He goes, the judge goes, yeah, safe to say he would have won. Okay, done deal.
Perfect. That was a shotgun to the face, literally, that punch.
He,
Yeah, wind up.
telling you, I would not like to have Yoel Romero come looking for me.
Oh, we got 3 more of those.
That guy came into my office one day. Hira! I said, yes, sir. What do you need? What do you need? And he's telling me in Spanish, like, why is this like this? Or whatever. You want me to explain to you? Come here, you want some water? You want a massage? What do you need? Let me figure out how to calm this monster down.
Right.
What do you need? And then we sit down and then we go over the whole thing, and he's like, and he still looks at me like, okay.
Yeah. Still scary.
Still scary. Like, even when you know he's good, it's still scary, dude.
Yeah.
I took him to Chicago before his fight, right? Well, the UFC took us to Chicago for the media tour, and I don't know if you guys seen, there was a report that the Willis Tower, you know the part where you go step on and this all thing, it started to crack. Right. So he's definitely terrified of heights. So when I took him there, he looked at me and goes, I'm not going on that. I said, you have to. He goes, who's making me? Like, he's not telling me, who the fuck is who's gonna put me on there? I said, Dana said you have to go on there for the photo op. Which was all bullshit. And it was never, Dana never said he had to do any of that shit. But I said, Dana said you have to go on there for the photo op. It's for your title fight. You have to fucking do it. He goes, he starts sweating. And when I tell you sweating, he's sweating profusely. His shirt, everything. This is, outside is probably like maybe 14 degrees Fahrenheit, which I don't know what the fuck that is, Celsius, but it's really, really cold. He is sweating profusely. His shirt was drenched, and he started crawling. He went like this. He was doing all types of shit not to get on there. And you would say, okay, it's bullshit. I live streamed it. Brilliant. This man was it was no joke. Funniest thing in the world. So, man, I'm doing this pay-per-view with Dean Toole, and I'm just trying to figure out if I can. I got a roster full of guys that can do, dude, you could do this shit and you can make fucking money on a damn pay-per-view when you think about it. It's there. It's there for the taking. Other companies, what they do is they say, okay, we're gonna do this, we're gonna offer the streaming service and we're gonna give you blah, 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 whatever it may be, right? But for guys like you, guys like George, guys like Anthony, Yoel, you guys deserve pay-per-view. And because look, 5,000 people will tune in to watch you do this, running here. So if I told you tomorrow you could walk in here and you could make $5 grand for running, would you not do that?
Yeah. Right?
Doesn't it make sense? So if I told you now you could walk in and let's say you versus Mike Perry in a grappling match. How exciting is this? How exciting is this, right? So if I told you versus Mike Perry in a grappling match tomorrow, you walk in there and no matter what happens, you're gonna make $1 off of every single person that buys that. I think everybody says yes to that every single time. It's different than the model that is now, which is here's $5 grand, thanks for coming, and everybody keeps the money. I'm trying to get my guys paid. I'm trying to get the guys that I have around me paid. So then that way, you could.
And then you're responsible for your own money because you're responsible for the promotion.
That's it.
Keeping the fight.
That's it.
That's a good place. This is the last one coming
up. You
up.
want to see guys care? Give them a reason to care.
Yeah.
Put Yoel back on. I'll put Georgie. I got Andre here. I'm dying to do Alexei versus Verdum. I really want to do Alexei Olenek versus Verdum in a grappling. The problem is Verdum's gonna ask for a lot of money, and that's not. And I can't put that together. But
I was watching Olenek sparring yesterday at American Top Team.
Tricky.
Yeah, awkward. Like Jardine awkward. Yeah.
He puts his head down, looks at his foot. I'm gonna throw his overhand right and hope it connects. It works though, man. It works though, man. My story with him is a good one. I met him when I was with John in Russia.
Right.
And this is right before he fought Krokop. And the owner of the gym that brought us out there and had us out there for the event and the whole thing, he goes, "Oh, I want to introduce you to a fighter. He's fighting tomorrow on the card. His name is Alexei." And I said, "Okay, cool." I go and I meet a lot of fighters. So I went up to him, "Hey, it's nice to meet you. It's cool." He goes to me, "If I win tomorrow, I want to be in the UFC." I said, "Well, who you fight?" I didn't know at the time who he was fighting. And in my mind, I'm going, "Okay, if he doesn't give me a big name, there's no way in hell I'm going to say yes to this." He goes, "I'm fighting Krokop." I said, if you beat Krokop, I'll walk you into the UFC. No problem, because I can give him a chance in hell to beat him. We're sitting there, We're watching it. Man ends up submitting him in a neck crank. He took Crow Cop down and submitted him in a neck crank. I said, there it is. There it is. It's my dog. So he does it. So I go up to him afterwards and I said, shit, what the fuck did I put myself into? I can't believe I actually got to fucking get this guy in. So I called Joe Silva and I said, Joe, he's beating everybody in Europe. And he just beat Crow Cop, which UFC loves Crow Cop. They love him. So I was like, dude, talk to Lorenzo, see if or Dana, and see if this could work. Joe came back to me and he goes, right, I'll bring him in. So he brought him in. I was like, oh, it worked. It worked, thank God, you know? And he's been good, man. He's been good. He's like since 2012, I think he's tied for the most finishes at heavyweight, which
and the Ezekiel choke as well. I mean, what's he got? 3 of those?
Two of those in the UFC. But he's got like 10 in his career, which is crazy to me. Like, I don't.
He's got 12.
12 in his career. 12 in his career.
Crazy.
Oh,
I had him demo it on me in Moscow.
How'd it feel?
Awful. Horrible. I felt like my head was gonna burst.
So you want to hear a funny thing? Remember when he beat Travis Brown?
Yeah.
Everybody thinks that he beat him off of the crank.
Right.
If you ask him, he didn't even crank it. He beat him because he had his legs tied around his thing, and he crushed his ribs.
Oh, his ribs.
This is the second time he crushes somebody in his ribs. The first time,
he is the boa constrictor.
The first time was in his guard, and he crushed the person's ribs with his legs. I was like, what the?
He's
Alexei Olenek, the Russian. Yeah.
Scary.
You're not tired, are you?
A little bit.
All right.
Feel like Terminator stride.
I'm working on this track for years, still don't got it. Was there 2 upright today?
That was pretty good. That was pretty good though.
Yeah, was my posture good?
Yeah. No, everything was under 35, so that was good.
35 was the highest?
35 was a hot. There was only one that was 37, but everything else was like 32. And the first one was too fast. It was like 28.
Whoa.
What was the last one?
34. 33, 34.
Estoy cansando un poquito, todavía mucho.
¿Bajo peso o qué?
Combinación de bajo peso y tal vez las 2 sesiones al día ya es un poco mucho ya para esta etapa. Tengo que hacer una todos los días nomás.
¿No estás comiendo bien o qué?
Es que he querido bajar de peso, se he bajado la comida un poco. Ya para el sábado en realidad me va a decir cómo está la condición.
What do you think Leon versus RDA? They just announced they got the main event.
They announced it up there. Is that
Yeah,
Manchester?
San Antonio.
Oh,
No,
so Texas.
San Antonio.
Okay.
They don't have one, so they were dying to put one together. And the only one that could, I know that they've asked me for like Jarrett Cannonier. They've asked us, would you fight Till? Yes. Would you fight everybody in 185? Basically, we said yes. The only people we said no to were the ones that were below him. But everybody else we said yes to. They could not find a main event to say that they wanted Michelle Watterson to fight Wei Lee. And they put this one together. What do you think?
I think it's a good fight. I think it's the thing with Leon is that he doesn't press the pace. You know what I mean? So he can get caught hanging back. He can kind of get outworked. And with someone that's got a pace like RDA that can just kind of grind, stay right in that pocket, right on your front foot. It's got that nice classic head movement. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The danger is getting caught clean with something from Leon because he is incredibly fast.
To me, you know, you have different personalities, different fighters, right? So you got one fighter who wants to stay in the room all day, like DC. He stays in the room all day, doesn't do shit, just sits there and waiting for and that works for him. It's not a bad thing, right? Then you have the complete and total fucking opposite in Masvidal. He wants to be out 24/7, does not want to think about a fight. He knows he's fighting, so he doesn't want to dwell on it. He just wants to go out there. So we're walking the mall or whatever you want to call it, and he goes, you know, the story in Asia is if someone bows, you have to bow back. He goes, but I wonder if they'll do it just to random, like we just go up to people and we start bowing if they'll do it. So all right, let's fucking try. Why not? So all of a sudden we start walking her. And all you see is, and they wait, And he does it again, and they do it again. And they're walking, and they're doing this while he's doing that. They don't know who he is over there at the time, right? So it's just this, and then the next person, okay, now you have to do a full deep bow, because the deeper the bow, the more respect.
Oh,
so
right.
if you do a simple this, it's almost like, oh, hey, yo, what's up, you know? Over there, the deeper you get, the more respect. So he went up to this lady and went like that, and that lady goes, like she was like, what the fuck is this guy?
Huh?
How many times have you fought in a place like this?
Too many. Not enough money. This park here, I've been training for a while. Yeah, as a kid.
How many training camps you been here for then? Under these bleachers, thinking about fight?
¿De cuánto tiempo llevamos? Like 19, 17?
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry, I'm lying. Since I amateur, I started 14 years old.
Wow. Similar kind of system, similar kind of routine.
Yeah, different coaches, you know. Different wrestling coaches will have a different approach to like a boxing coach or conditioning coach. But they've always, every coach that's ever came here, it's always loved this place, you know.
Yeah. It says 2 or 3 times a week, dude.
And depending on the phase too, then it gets a little rougher. Like today was fucking pretty chill. When it's like those 800s, oof, that kills me. Get a couple 800s and come over here and we'd have some circuits with the weights, get the 45 pounds, and then with the bands, I just don't want to do shit after that.
It's paying off though.
Yeah, pays off. So that's one of the things that pays off the most is like getting in the best shape possible out of camp. That's something that in my young career I didn't do that much. I just trained as hard as I could during camp, and then out of camp stayed in like relatively good shape, you know, because when you're not in the UFC, you know how it is. You gotta just fucking whatever fight you get. So I'd be in decent shape. When I got into like Strikeforce and UFC, then I used to get a little bit out of shape. As in the beginning, I'd stay fucking in shape year round, not in great shape, but decent shape.
Yeah.
And Strikeforce, I'd slack off a little bit from fight to fight, you know. Give me like 6 weeks notice. All right, let's do it, you know.
Was that because the regularity you were fighting though? Because like in my early career, I was fighting every month, so I always in shape.
That in the beginning, right? So you have to stay in better shape. But once I got into like an establishment, you're like, oh, I'm gonna get 2 months.
Yeah.
That's more than enough time.
Yeah.
But yeah, in the beginning, you should stay in shape, man. You're not great shape, but always like shit. I'd come here and sprint on any day of the week because I was always in good running shape, lifting weights. 3 weeks to prepare for a fight. I fought Paul Daly. They gave me like 3 weeks, and I was like in okay shape. I was like, all right, let's fucking do it, you know. Many fights was just like that, like, all right, let's just fucking, let's go. I need the money, you know.
Because your weight's always stayed kind of the same. I know you've been up and down weight classes.
Yeah.
But weight's been kind of level.
No, at 55, I used to get heavy, man. I mean, what I walk around now, I used to be the same weight as right now, 184 like this, and then drop to 55, you know, so it'd kill me, bro. I wanted to come up a while ago, but I was like, I'm too small, man, I'm too small. Fuck it, it was the best move I did, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest welterweight, I think, still, but I don't need to be.
You see the sport's changing though, right?
Yeah.
Smaller guys are moving up to the right weight class and dominating. So.
Like me versus Till, perfect example.
Yeah,
That dude's fucking huge, bro. When I saw him at Wayne's, I was like, damn, because I'm not sucked out at Wayne's. So that's when we're closest at weight, because I'm good at Wayne's. I cut like 7-8 pounds of water, so I'm still pretty filled. He's completely sucked out, and that's when we're maybe closest that we look the closest, and he still looked considerably bigger. Then on fight day, I was like, shit, man.
Yeah.
This guy's a middleweight easy, you know?
I had the same thing with Anthony Johnson.
Yeah, bro, what the fuck, man? He missed weight for years, right?
He missed weight for years, so I put all my eggs in one basket for that fight. Because he was, like, we were chatting back and forth on private message on Twitter, like, oh, we're gonna have a great fight, you know, because it was Tito Nogueira main event. Tito pulled out, so it was Phil Davis. So we felt like we should have been bumped up to the main event.
Right.
So we, back and forth privately, we're going to steal the show, we're going to have a war. And I was coming off my first knockout, and he'd knocked everybody out. So I'm thinking, he's going to try and knock me out again, which plays into my hands. So my whole game was to shit talk him into making weight so he was gassed, work him hard the first round, and then beat him up in the second. That was my game plan. And same thing, came out at the scales, I stood opposite him, and I even went back to the hotel afterwards and was looking at photos of the weigh-ins, because that was back regular weigh-ins, 4 o'clock, both on weight. And I stood in front of him, I'm like, he's not that much bigger than me. He's not that much bigger than me.
Might be close.
Both on weight, both at 170. The next day, he was 214. 214. Literally walked out to the octagon. I'm like, what the fuck is this guy? Like, they've definitely changed him for someone else. He was massive.
He zipped up.
I don't know how he ever made 70, bro.
That was crazy.
He hit me with a head kick, and I blocked it. Didn't hurt me, didn't daze me or anything. Just the weight of his leg felt like someone, like
you.
like
Yeah,
when
it
you see
just
the
moved
Hulk
you.
smash someone with a tree trunk.
Yeah.
It just felt like that. Yeah. Knocked me off my feet. And then the first takedown dislocated my thumb. So like in the first round, you see me, I'm on my back, I've got him in my guard, and you can see me trying to reach over to get my thumb to put it back into place. And he's just a fucking Hulk. There was so much of it. Couldn't even get my arms around to put my thumb back in.
Built like this and fucking crazy long reach.
Seen him recently?
Only on photos.
Oh my god. 315, 305.
Yo.
He's got a grappling match coming up. He's grappling
he's doing
Craig
that.
Jones.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, he's got the frame for it. He's a
Yeah.
little taller than you, right?
Yeah,
He's
6'2".
got the frame for it.
Craig
Yeah.
Jones.
I thought when he went to 205, I'm like, bro, there's no way, bro. It's from 170 to 205 and shit. That was a perfect fit for him, right? Bop, 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 bop.
He beat me by decision and then broke Andre Arlovski's jaw in the next fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking madness, bro. Fuck, he went up to
I thought I
heavyweight.
pissed someone off in the UFC when they gave me that fight.
What the fuck did I do to you guys?
Condit's just knocked me out and I get a phone call. You fighting Anthony Johnson? I'm like, shit.
Fuck you guys.
What have I done wrong here?
You're like, fuck you
The
guys.
biggest puncher in the division.
For sure, he's the biggest fucking puncher, man.
Yeah, 70, that's scary. That's like a Yoel Romero at 70, just throwing bombs all day.
And could wrestle too.
And can wrestle too, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he's probably bigger than Phil. His toes got big legs too, I noticed. Like, he's got to be small somewhere. I was looking, oh, damn, he's got big legs too.
Look at him.
Did that change your tactics at all when you saw the size of him? Did you expect him to be that big? No.
Yeah. I thought he'd be that big. I didn't give a fuck. Bro, he's gonna fucking get tired or something's gonna happen, bro.
Yeah.
No matter how big he is, fuck that.
Well, you got
man.
to see him in media, the media beforehand, so you got a good feel for him that time.
Yeah.
You were able. You came back and you told me you're like, no, he's a big dude.
Yeah,
But you were
he's a
like,
big dude. But I also knew that I could keep wearing him down with takedowns. So after the first scramble, after the first takedown that I committed and he got back up, I could already, like I told you earlier, I saw the difference. So I was like, if I don't get the knockout, I'm just gonna keep wearing him out, getting into his legs, making him wrestle with me, because he was like using a lot of power to escape, you know. I was like, he's not gonna be able to keep that type of power 5 rounds, you know. Scrambling, if you that takes the fucking energy, bro. And if you don't know how to breathe through that, and it felt like the first one, like he was just fucking hulking it out, like, oh, I was like, nah, ain't nobody doing that for 5 rounds, bro.
Till needs to move his camp, get over to the U.S. and just really learn how to train and understand it's not boxing, man. It's not not gonna go in there and just throw that left.
Where would you put him? What camp would you put him in?
Man, if I was him, I would go to a very, very, very wrestling intensive camp.
Yeah.
Very wrestling intensive. I'm talking. I mean, Mako's got a good one at ATT. I would put him there. But considering the amount of 70 pounders are there, it wouldn't work out. He would have to go to a camp very similar to what Crouch does at the lab, which is just wrestle, grind. He doesn't have to do that, but it's that kind of training to get him there. I don't know. Maybe you think different. I don't have no idea.
Yeah.
He'd have to grind.
Jackson's too.
Jackson.
They got a good stable of guys there.
Jackson's another one that I think he would, if he goes there, he'd learn from. And just learn how to fight.
Yeah. I'd like to see him go get some work with Roy McDonald. I mean, that'd be an interesting one for him.
but
TriStar.
Yeah.
TriStar would be
He's
interesting.
definitely got to go to middleweight though for the best performance in his career. I just think he's too small.
He could be a good size. He won't be a small middleweight, I think.
He won't be. He'll be a normal size. He'll be a good size.
And if he decides to lift weights a little bit, he'll be fucking.
If he fills out and then cuts,
Yeah, bro.
if he gets up to like 215 and then cuts down to
Yeah,
185.
but then fucking why go to 85? You're gonna go to 215. Be like walking
Well, no,
around.
Weidman does that. Rocco did that. They all get heavy, bro.
Look at Omari Akhmedov.
That's another one.
He's at ATT.
Yeah.
Omari Akhmedov. He fought Gunnar Nelson a while back at 170. He's now a 185er.
Yeah.
And he walked past me the other day. I'm like,
They do.
The guy that's fighting Jones now, he was at 85.
Santos.
Yeah, but he's got the frame for it.
Yeah. Till's got the frame. He's got the height.
No, Till's got the frame, but bro, go to 215, have to cut 30 pounds to get to 85.
He's doing it now.
I know, so why do it again at 85? Go to 210 pounds at most, like.
Oh yeah, but get up there right.
You know?
Get lean and do it right.
205 and then go to 85. Make it an easy cut.
Yeah.
Joel doesn't cut that much when he's training.
No, when he's training, he does it right.
They're all over the place.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they have
Joel.
like Arabia thing. Yeah.
Joel says when he wants, he's pretty disciplined.
Yeah.
I was always over 200 pounds before training camp when I was UFC.
Over?
Yeah, always.
Was it a tough cut?
Not really. I never miss. I missed once by half a pound, but that was a fuckery with the scales. But no, I never had a problem making weight. I always made weight, and I always started training camp. My agreement with my coach was that I was under 200 pounds, and I'd always get to the gym like sort of 205-ish.
But that's not that bad.
That's like just water.
But sometimes I'd be coming down for 220, 250,
Oh
220.
shit, damn man.
70? 70?
Shit, no way.
Yeah.
Dude, that's
Actually,
very.
218 was the biggest I got, I think. 218.8.
What do I run now at?
Oh, I'm 84 now.
84.
Yeah,
my weight.
comfortable 184. Yeah,
That's what
I don't
I
know
want.
why I ever got any bigger. It's stupid of me.
Oh, fuck.
But it was the same as you were saying though. Right at the beginning of my camp, my fights, I was fighting so regular. Like my first year, I fought like 7 MMA and like 12 Muay Thai in that first year as a pro. So I was in shape all the time. Sometimes I fight twice a night, twice a weekend. So it was always I was just chasing, which is why I got so quick to the top of the rankings in Europe. And I was starting to look for international fights. But then I got to the UFC. I had 5 months before my first fight, and then I'm in this cycle of fighting 2 or 3 times a year.
Yeah,
So then
you
in
get
my head,
fat. Yeah, you
Well,
get
in my
fat.
head, I'm like, okay, now start training in cycles. Now I'm in like a strength and conditioning phase. So I'm eat and lift, and I was like 500-pound deadlifting and stuff. Like I got fucking big and strong. Just didn't suit my style though, because I was a taekwondo guy. I was a counter striker.
Yeah.
So I got so big because I was thinking I was competing with all these huge guys at welterweight in the UFC, and I should have stayed light and fast. My best performances were before the UFC, which is why I want one more, because I want to step in there closer to my frame at 170 and just show people what I can really do. That's what he said in the last Facebook Live interview I did with him.
He's crazy asking for your well.
Hermanson.
Who's that guy?
The white boy who beat Jacare. He keeps
That guy's good though, man.
keeps a crazy pace. His pace is scary. But if
he's
you
got fast hands for that weight class.
if your
Crazy
touches that
good.
chin,
Oh yeah. I mean, Joe's a bad fight for anybody, but that guy's good, man.
He's ground now. That's the best thing about his game.
Hermanson.
He's good. Where's he from?
He's from Sweden.
Swedish or
Sweden,
Norlin?
living out of Norway.
Yeah, Norway. Yeah.
Didn't he take the Jacare fight short notice as fuck? Bro, he's good, man. And that guillotine, he almost sub Jacare. What
That's
the
insane.
fuck,
I
bro?
can't believe that. He sub branch.
Bro, that guillotine is out of this world, bro. Woof.
He's good.
He's got good hand speed. He's got a fucking laser right hand. He knows
got
how
a gas thing.
He gambles too. He's
That's-
here
that's
when
my
you
thing.
throw.
Yeah, that's my thing. He's got a gas thing.
Yeah.
That's where I go. Okay, this guy's gonna be a play. Anybody that can go 3 rounds, 5 rounds, and not look like you're breaking a sweat or keep up that kind of fucking pace. Not many guys are gonna hang in that. He'll beat you just off pace and volume.
He'd beat Gastelum.
Say it again.
He's too big for like a Gastelum. I think he'd beat Gastelum.
Hermanson?
Yeah.
I don't think they'll give Hermanson. I don't think they'll do that fight.
There's a lot of guys he could beat, bro. After what he did to Jacare.
Yeah, I just don't think they'll do that fight. I don't think they'll do Gastelum versus Hermanson right now.
I reckon they're going to try and put him as main event on the Copenhagen card at the end of September.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, I would.
So he needs a big fight for that to be a main event.
Then you say, okay,
See, that's something that could entice Gastelum to come over for a big fight as a main event.
and then do it there. Yeah, Gastelum's sitting. So he's rooting for Whitaker hard right now.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for Adesanya hard for Yoel because if Adesanya wins, the only
Is that fight booked?
October, yeah.
If Whitaker's the same Whitaker of the same, I think he beats this
I
man.
think he beats him. I got to root
in
for
a
Adesanya.
5-rounder.
though. I got
No, I know. This
Yeah.
is fucking good, but I just think
I don't think he
I don't
beats
know,
Bobby.
man. Whitaker's a dog, bro.
Yeah, I don't think he beats Bobby.
So is Desani. He's a dog too, but I don't know. Whitaker, he's got some slick shit, man.
Whitaker,
Good
yeah,
pace too.
yeah.
He's got higher level championship fights.
The question is, here's the thing. So like, let's say
Does he
Whitaker
come back
does it,
after
right?
Joel the same?
Nobody comes back after Joel the same. Look, Rocco still hasn't fought since he
Yeah.
fought. But
Joel was his last fight?
what was his last fight?
Joel changed his lives in a bad way. That dude changed his life.
50 minutes in a cage with that guy with that.
No, thank you. Yeah, no thank you.
I trained with him since the first day he landed in America. We actually used to train here all the time. We still come here and train. And the first time he laced up the gloves was me, and I fucking moved with him. And he's not throwing hard to like hurt you, and he's showing technique, but he's just, we all say he's got like dumbbells for hands. He goes like this, boom, and you feel that his hamstrings are also so overdeveloped.
big, yeah.
His fucking core is like out to here, bro. It's insane. And I remember the first time I went with him, I fucking put it on him, you know, showing him. We didn't work out for like about 6-7 months. This is after he had his neck surgery. He fought in Strikeforce. What's that guy's name? Fejao. He had neck surgery. He was out for like what, a year? And we started training, and I trained with him his first day back. And then 6 months later, I was training, getting ready for fights. He was down here in Miami with this guy training. 6 months later, I go with him, and it's a complete different dude, bro. Fucking picks up information so damn quick, and he had already adapted fighting to his style, to his movements. Because that guy teleports, bro. He's here, and then he's fucking here with like a flying knee, bro. Oh my gosh, bro.
Those first couple of fights in the UFC.
Just
he's got
raw.
that kind of
Lazy,
Yeah.
real, like, oh,
Yeah.
there's no problems. Just go
was
ahead and
that
do something.
for sure.
Yeah, we're gonna have a good time.
Mhm.
Whoa, hold on a second.
It's that little bounce he's got. Like that's what I noticed. He's got that kind of. He sags on the back leg, and then all of a sudden it just fires off it like a rocket.
Like a rubber band.
Yeah.
Bam,
Yeah. I remember the Machida fight. I was there live. He was here, and he went flying me
to the leg.
some shit like this. Remember?
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
And then inside tripped, boom,
But you
broken
remember
eye
right,
orbital.
that fight looked like he was kind of cruising for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
it's like, yeah, I've had enough of this now.
I'll give you one. Him versus Weidman.
Yeah.
The 2 nights before the fight. So this was before he had to cut to make the weight. He was in there throwing pads. Hitting pads with the coach at the time, and he throws a flying knee. But I'm talking about the pad was here. He was like over there where this pole is, right? And he threw it from way over there, and all you hear in the room is, bah, and it just went crazy. I was on my phone. I could see it from my peripherals. I look up and I go, if you do that in the fight, you win. As soon as he knocked out Chris Weidman, got in the back, he goes, you told me if I did that I was gonna win, and I did it. And I said, bro, it was there. Holy moly, man. That was crazy.
He cuts not too much weight, but he cuts with still weighs at 15 pounds of water.
Yeah.
He'll do backflips while he's cutting weight. He's like, oh, it's how I cut weight, bro. It makes me burn calories.
We were
With the full sweats on and everything.
We were in Chicago, and they had him in the thing. It was the first time he was doing the tub and all that in there, and he's doing sit-ups. And Lockhart and whatever his name is, George Lockhart goes and tells him, hey, you really don't need to be doing this. You need to stop moving because you know you're weak right now. He goes. He sits there and he's doing freaking sit-ups in the middle of cutting weight. I'm like, bro, you're crazy. This guy's nuts. He's insane. But that's old Cuban mentality of no pain, no gain. What it's like.
Yeah. That and genetics, bro.
That is genetics. Yeah.
That dude can sprint too.
Oh,
Hector's another fucking.
That's another specimen.
Yeah.
Hector. Wow. That's another guy.
Crazy right hook. Those guys used to fucking grapple, bro, and
Hector and him?
or spar, whatever. Fucking.
Imagine watching that.
I paid to watch this.
We gotta look at it. We gotta look. I've been with Dan since the beginning. I've seen everybody come through the door. I seen Melvin Manoff spar with Hector Lombard. Both 2 alphas. Only one can win, bro. I seen them all over there at the gym, man.
So here's a question for you, because there's always that one guy at the gym that was a killer in the gym but just never quite made it as a pro. Who was that guy at ATT? Who stands out to you as like the best guy on the mat that never competed or never did well in the competition?
Shit, bro. I'm gonna have to think about this one. I mean, in grappling, we had some guys that I was like, bro, this guy can grapple. Why isn't it translating into the fights? You know, like, and not grappling like jiu-jitsu, no, like MMA grappling. We fucking have the endurance to be able to do it 15 minutes. There's a couple guys like that, you know? Oh, fuck. Let me think. I don't know. So many.
Was always the one for me. That's always the
Mike
one
Powell?
that always comes to mind. Because like you see him compete and he was good to a certain level. But if he fought any of the guys he lost to in the gym, kill him. I used to. Mike Powell, yeah. He was an Extreme Couture. He's coaching now. He's coaching Roxanne Modafferi now. But like when he was Extreme Couture, I would watch him just run through guys, and I'm talking like Jay Heron, Vitor Belfort, Forrest Griffin, Like, he was just rolling through these guys, and that's the reason they call him quicksand. Is because you just teleports. You don't know what he's going to do next, and he's so relaxed. But as soon as the fight comes on, he loses that. Yeah, and it just works against him. Yeah.
There's a lot of guys like that, man. I mean, Ricardo Labori, I know he won the world championship for Mundials, but everybody was still saying no. This guy was supposed to win it like 5 times. Yeah, and from what I saw in the match, he should have. That's probably a guy. Yeah, even fighting wise, he was a fucking animal. He would get. I remember. What's his name? Thiago, the 205er. I forget his last name. Silva. Came into practice and was complaining because, bro, I think like 185, because he used to hurt a lot of people in the gym, and people didn't want to train with him, and nobody was there to train with him. And Lebo got there and he was like bitching. He had the MMA gloves on. Fuck, bro, nobody to train. And Lebo had his cargo shorts, keys, wallet, everything. He's like, oh, nobody's here. Lebo's already like 45 years old. I'll train with them. MMA gloves, okay. Boom, takedown submission. Back up, everybody's like, what the fuck? Again, this was him getting ready for, he was fighting a grappler, maybe, I don't know, some grappler at 205, Sokodu or one of these guys that Thiago was fighting, and bro, I saw Lebo just, not to diss Thiago, but man, Lebo was an impressive dude to watch, bro. Saw him do the Jeff Munson, all, like, fucking good grapplers. Saw him roll with Marcelo Garcia too, and Marcelo was at his peak. Not that he gave it to Marcelo, but just to even see him be able to go with Marcelo, Lebo far removed from his prime, was impressive, you know. Also, I don't think maybe Marcelo was stepping on the gas, I don't know, but they were going at it, you know. I saw him smash up. Everybody I've seen him roll with, I've seen him smash up. Yeah, that's definitely a guy that probably, even though he's got a world championship under his belt, in Abu Dhabi, I think he placed or 1 or 2, right? Something like that. He should have gone much further, you know. Because, bro, he used to fucking line him up. When he was getting ready for his fight, Thiago Alves and a couple of guys, bro, we'd even, sometimes Thiago would hide in the bathroom, or people wouldn't want to train with Lebo when he was fucking going, because he just get you and tap you. He's got like a weird strength mixed with fucking insane positioning, bro. Like his half guard pressure, oh my gosh, feels like your jaw's gonna snap off, and then boom, good side choke. You see, I'm trying to think of,
when I came to ATC the first couple of times, he was on the mat running the place.
He was rolling?
Yeah. He was good. Yeah, scary. And you just knew because he had that respect of everybody on the mat. Like there was nobody questioned anything he said, and anybody in the gym that had a question, like even Popovich was around at the time. He was training on the yeah. But like what he would do to everybody else in competition was amazing. But then Laborio was his guy to go to every time for questions and stuff. Yeah.
Matt Linden was there too. Lebo went with him when he was already a little older, and Matt could grapple like a motherfucker. He fucking gave it. Yeah, silver medalist Greco. Gave it to Matt. Gave it to everybody that just walked through that wanted to grapple. He gave it to him, bro. I'm trying to think, man. There was a big fucking star wrestler that came in through there, and Lebo fucking ran through him. And this was Lebo like at 45 years old. I can't remember his name right now. He's a good fucking grappler, bro. Yeah, I'd probably say Lebo, man. Lebo should have gone on, even though he's got that world championship, he should have gone even further, bro. He's a fucking beast, man.
He's moved now. He's running the American top team somewhere else, isn't he?
No, not American top team no more.
Oh, is it not? Has he got his own place?
I don't know the details of the falling out, but I know he had like a falling out, went to Orlando, opened up his own thing, you know.
So he's always posting photos of his daughter.
Yeah. That's why he ended up moving to Orlando. Yeah. She's blind, so he took her to like a blind school over there. She lost her vision like at 3-4 years old, man. Crazy, bro. So Lebo took off, you know. He's a fucking stud, man. He used to fuck me up, but I used to hate going with that guy. Yeah. Just that guy with no chance, like, not even a little sneak move or anything. Yeah. Marcelo used to fuck me up too, because he was at top team for a while. I used to go with those guys all the time. And I know. They don't even make training fun, bro. It's just fucking studs, bro. Daniel Valverde, I don't know if you've ever heard of him, another stud. Yeah, he placed in a Mundial, but he wasn't nowhere near as good. That's another guy that used to tap everybody. All the pro fighters, everybody. 3-4 times in 5 minutes, just tap. He's a decent judo guy and switched on over to jiu-jitsu, murdering people, bro. And in the practice, I probably never saw him lost. But in fighting, never turned out for him. That's another guy, Daniel Valverde. Now the names are starting to come to me.
Yeah. It's weird. It's a weird consistency in every gym. There's always a couple of guys that are right there with everybody on the mat or better, but then outside of the gym, they just don't.
But this guy Daniel nobody was with him on the mat, you know, besides Lebo. He was like Lebo, you know, he just my weight, just get the dudes and just tap. Bro, I'm talking about freak wrist locks that if you don't tap right away, your wrist is gone, bro. He tapped me like 5 times in 5 minutes. What the fuck? No, let's go again, bro. Fuck, what?
Put the gloves on.
No, couldn't fight, couldn't anything. And he had came over originally to fight from Brazil, but just the fighting didn't pan out for him. But man, can he fucking grapple, bro. One of the best grapplers I got with. Yeah. You'd ask Mike Brown about him, anybody about him. That guy was slick armbar. He used to fucking tap Dan Lambert so bad. Dan Lambert would have him as his personal coach, go into his house like 2-3 times a week because he was one of the best guys we had on the mat. He's a fucking freak, bro.
So what do you do now that your day done now?
Done. We'll fucking hang out. Me and this guy are gonna drink some whiskey and attack chicks.
Nice. Thanks for having us come over.
Yeah.
Anytime, bro. There's a lot. Glad you guys are leaving, man. I'll give you some more footage when I be back up there.
Thank you so much, man.
I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna try.
It is what it's called, John.
There's always good sparring sessions.
It won't be that big of a deal.
Yeah. There's always good sparring sessions. People getting laid out. Like DP, that's the guy that hurts people, bro. He be laying people the fuck out.
I can get the guy's number.
Him and Hector Lombard probably have the
There's no
biggest
way,
body
you know
counts
what I
at the gym. I'm talking about people sleeping.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they be laying people the fuck out, bro.
But the guy is supposed to call John.
There's old block KO sessions on Tuesday and Thursday.
Oh yeah.
With the Bong Sao gloves on, the Bruce Lee Bong Sao
Oh
gloves.
shit, bro, no.
But the first time I came in, it was like Thiago Alves, George Santiago, Wilson Gouveia, Jay-Z.
Marcus Aurelius, maybe.
Yeah, Marcus Aurelius. With his Jag, he had like an old school Jaguar he used to park outside the gym. Yeah, he was good, man. He was really good. Was he fighting in Pride at the time? Aurelius.
He ended up beating Gomes, he submitted him. Then they had the draw on the second one, I think. Yeah, we had some killers. Dean Thomas was there too.
Like one of my favorites.
Yeah, another great fucking coach. What's his name also? You know who was had an 85 that was in the UFC now? I'm forgetting his name.
Oh, Dennis Kang.
Dennis Kang, man.
Yeah.
Dennis went on a fucking nice tear, bro.
Yeah.
Over in Pride.
He was good.
Yeah, those are like the Lebo squad. Those are all Lebo's guys, you know? And they're Lebo's tutelage.
Yep. Every one of them beat the shit out of me at some point.
Especially if you got them to the ground with those guys. Oh, I used to hate it. They're so much bigger than me too. I couldn't even stop the takedowns. They're just so fucking big. Get the half guard to make my life miserable, bro. All right, guys, we're gonna shoot off.